come down. Blow one down, pass it around. Hey, walk with me now, we running wild. Hey, ain't nobody gang, we on the town. Hey, never come down, I never come down. Lose it, I might lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. Lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it.
Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Eagles going up against the Lions. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL sends us to the state of Michigan as we are inside Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 11 on the gain there. And it'll be a Philadelphia first down.
It should go without saying that anytime you run the football well and gain a nice chunk of yardage, that means the offensive line did their job and did it really well. But let's give them a little more credit than that.
Because nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He'll drop to throw. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And a peek at the offense. And Matthews, a guy that we have to talk about.
And Jordan Matthews, Brandon, is an anomaly. Normally, a long receiver plays outside. He likes to work out of the slot. Does a terrific job absorbing punishment and catching the football.
And they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the punter, Jeff Locke, to kick it away.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Oh, look at the juke.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
And on the ground they go with the running back. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll look to throw here. Dancing to his left. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receiver.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That play almost seemed like a baseball play. See ball, hit ball. But in this case, see guy with ball, tackle guy with ball.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this one is incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
Pass interference call. Charles, you were a defender. You know how hard it is to defend the pass without committing this penalty.
And if they would let them play with a little bit more contact to give the defender a better chance, we wouldn't have nearly as many flags.
And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. 2nd down following the run. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Throw complete right side to Cooks. A good pickup there at 22.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and his accurate throwing on the run is picking up a 1st down.
Now a handoff as they run left side. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. And now here's a carry heading left. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. And they'll run it here. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal.
But there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread them.
And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. It's their quarterback, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now the Eagles offense back out onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself. You move forward. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Wow, evasive. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still 3rd down.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him right up the gut. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. That's strong running. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. You know, projections for him were a little all over the board. Some saw him as a day 3 pick, maybe a little bit higher, but here he is, round 3.
I do know teams that had him listed as a first-round talent. I also had teams that had him listed as a day 3 guy, which is rounds 4 through 7. So him going in the 3rd round kind of fit in the middle. I think he's going to have a chip on his shoulder wanting to prove that he should have been taken higher.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
Now the UCLA man, the former Bruin, Jeff Locke, on to punt it away. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And Detroit getting set to go now. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep. Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Now back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So the offense able to recover the fumble, but it's third down now. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. Here's Jeff Locke now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
Let's go! I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he is going to loop. Now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Offense needs 11. Have to think pass here on third down.
Here we go.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And this is going to be incomplete. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect better.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Fielded at the 33. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Let's go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up first and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll look to throw here. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. There. Dangerous wide receiver in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles have taken the lead. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Here's Cooks on the return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play. He sets to fire deep. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report.
And apparently that's all, Larry. So much for the halftime report. We'll see you in the postgame. We're ready to get to the third quarter. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, we do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now a play fake here on first down. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. A beautiful fake. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They come out here in the eye. He'll look to throw. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning to an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
He'll drop to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Going up top. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers. And on that play, that's exactly what they did. They batted it away.
Third down and 3. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit, but his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well conceived, well designed, and even better executed.
To throw on 3rd and goal. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Their big-bodied receiver with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Eagles have moved out in front.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. Now they try the right side here. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big...
It got his man complete. It's a big play there for the Lions. 44 yards. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw now on first down. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second. They'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now a handoff looking right. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
One thing I know, defensive coaches love it when they don't have to invite their players to the party. This strong safety, you never have to ask him twice to help in run support. He's going to arrive and in a bad mood.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and sent bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here's the option going right. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Jeff Locke now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Fielded at about the 28. Big-time return there, 40 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. And Detroit getting set to go now. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got some space here. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Offensively, they like their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
Here we go. Back to throw. Flush to his right. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Love the excitement we've got going here. They just scored the touchdown. They're down by 1. How much fun is it now to figure out the possibilities? Kick the extra point and tie it. Go for 2 if they're really feeling in a gambling mood. What do you do in this situation?
I think you kick the PAT.
Yeah, I do too. Kick it, get my defense ready, and try and stop them one more time.
And some real confusion here. They won't even get to the line.
Delay of game, offense.
Another attempt now from 5 yards further back. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. Eagles coming out as they get ready. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Here we go now. Green 39.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Fielded just inside the 30. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. They can still get into field goal range, partner. They got to work quickly, though.
I agree with you totally. Find a way to get the ball downfield and out of bounds. In a perfect world, they know what hash they want to get to for their kicker, and they already know the distance that he feels comfortable. That'll dictate what they do on offense.
See if they can get in his range. And now they're in the hurry-up. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for Detroit. 43 yards. So we saw a lot of points. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Here's Cooks on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They come out here in the I. They'll try and run with their fullback. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And Cooks has it over the middle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a fourth down. Here's Sam Martin now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play. Only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front, the linebackers. Everyone got involved to force a fourth down.
And Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with third down and just a yard to go. So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They'll set up a throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A gain of 11 and a first down. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. They'll drop to throw. Finding time. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Big sack on second down. Now the offense needs to convert here on third. They're going to look to throw. He's got time. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Here's Jeff Locke now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. He juked him. And Detroit getting set to go now. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Then he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 17 that time. And it's good enough for a Detroit first down. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final stoppage here in overtime, and we'll be back. They come out here in the eye. Now they try the right side here. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. So this is the second consecutive week as you look at the numbers that he just doesn't seem to have the same pop as we normally see him with.
Is there an injury we don't know about?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because that's a legitimate question right now. We're used to speed, power, all coming together. And what I've always loved about him is his vision. You know, last week he didn't have that as well. Always thought he was picking the wrong hole to try and run through. And his blockers, they seem to be getting him to the right place, but he picked the wrong spot. We're seeing some of that again this week. Can they snap it together? Can they get back in sync? Because normally we see them go together.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that will be their third and final in this overtime session. And as they talk it over, we take a break. We'll be right back. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for Detroit, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.